Hello, everyone. Welcome to my interview series. Today is our debut episode, and we got Anthony with Home Warranty of America. Thank you so much for joining us, Anthony. Would you like to make a quick introduction
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
yourself?
What's up, everybody? And Marty, my name is Anthony Castaneda. I'm with Home Warranty of America, and I've been with the company now for just over 2 years. Actually, yesterday was my 2 year anniversary. So thank you, sir.
Happy
I appreciate
anniversary.
that.
Very cool. Nice. Well, the purpose of this interview series is just to kind of give some insight into your day to day for your work and kind of give some value in the real estate world for what you do. So, with Home Warranty America, what are some of the advantages that you guys provide and kind of just the service that you provide during the real estate
Yeah, for
process of
sure.
things?
There's the cool thing about home warranty is that, every single company kind of has, a similar sense of what we're going to cover in cap coverages and stuff like that. But we all have our own sauce and like to do our own thing. So, some cool big advantages of Home Warranty of America. First of all, it's just the cost. And so we're much more cost effective than a lot of our competitors. And so we feel that there's a lot more value in terms of how many things you can actually cover in your home. That's a big advantage of us for number one. Number two is also in the same realm of cost, which is the trade call fee for the customers. We have one of the lowest, if not the lowest, in home warranty, which is only $75 once per claim. So we are all about saving money for your client and making sure that they just get the best bang for their buck. Number two, in my opinion, is that we don't have age restrictions. So a lot of companies in home warranty, you'll hear your claim was denied for a reasonable lifespan or life cycle. So we don't have age restrictions at HWA. So even if it's a 30-year-old system, we can cover that in most situations. So
Nice. Yeah, that's good to know. I imagine a lot of homeowners are, hey, how long does it last? What am I paying for? And so that's great to know that, there's a couple different variables involved, but overall, you cover a wide scope of, a home
exactly.
warranty. Uh, in our industry, we're constantly battling headlines, myths. Is this right? Is this wrong? Are there any myths or anything you'd like to kind of educate, homeowners on in regards to a home warranty that, hey, that might not be true? Is there anything that you think pertains to the
For
warranty
sure.
industry?
And number one is that they don't cover anything. Like you always will hear that, they deny every single claim. And, home warranty does, they obviously do have claim denials. It is insurance technically. And so, not every claim is going to go through. None of us would have a company or a job. So that's first and foremost. It's just that they don't cover anything. A lot of what I've noticed in home warranty is that, most people just don't know what is home warranty and what they actually cover. So what I do with my clients is, we walk through our whole contract and go through cap coverages, go through, what's included, what's not, expectations, just so there's nothing that they're going to be surprised about possibly in the future. And then number two is emergency services. So, home warranty companies they're not emergency services. That's the government official answer is, it does take at least typically 2 to 3 days on average to get someone out there and kind of look over and give us a diagnosis. So for us, emergency services are things that your rep can do. So, everyone out there, call your rep and when you do have an emergency, because there are some times we can pull the rabbit out of the hat and get someone out there, same day or next day. But number one is emergencies. Most homeowners are under the impression that you just call a claim and you can get someone out there immediately, and it's typically just not the case.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's great to know. Another question is, what are some of the core factors for home warranties, and is there any differentials or differentiation between, a condo and a single family home or a mobile home, or is there anything that gets into the nitty gritty as far as the different, housing types for
Yeah,
a home
so
warranty?
home warranties in most companies are they're a little different in terms of what types of properties they actually cover. Like some companies, they don't cover new builds and things like that. I'm sure some companies out there, even maybe smaller companies, they don't cover multi-units or something like that. So for us,
Mhm.
we have the same coverage in terms of like contract cap coverages, inclusions, exclusions for all of our properties. So whether it is a single family house, a condo townhome, fabricated home, mobile home, it's all the same. And so the only difference really is that it's a $30 difference. It's $30 cheaper. for a townhome, condo, or mobile. That also being said, HWA does offer coverage for new builds, and it's the same coverage, same cost. Essentially, it's just kind of a 2-year warranty because typically on that first year, that builder will cover the first year. Once you go a little bit higher, and the standard in home warranty is 4,999 square feet, so just under 5. Anything above that, there will be a price increase, of course. And then some home warranty companies actually don't offer a home warranty for 10,000 square feet or higher. We do. There's some of our competitors do as well, but some of them do stay away from it.
So that's great info. Thank you for that. Can you tell us about some difficult scenarios and how you provided a great result? We know, hey, we want everything to go smooth, but there are bumps in the road along the way, or something you might not have thought of, but you had to think quickly to provide, great customer service. Is there any recent examples you'd like to share with our
For
audience?
sure. Which week do you want to talk about? For us, there are things that, my clients call me all the time for certain situations, whether it's an issue or not. But there's a tons of things that, I've done for my clients. First and foremost is, if they have a bad experience, whether it is or not a bad experience, but especially if they did have a bad experience or something happened, like a hiccup on the contract, or we didn't give enough information, or it wasn't a reasonable amount of time, something like that, where we've actually, covered out-of-pocket costs. So, newsflash to everyone out there, home warranty companies, even though they'll cover the claim sometimes too, sometimes it's not the full amount. And that comes with a numerous amount of things, but one of them being upgrades and modifications if they don't have the coverage for it. And so one of our scenarios, this poor lady had a water heater, and she did get the runaround. She actually did have 2 missed appointments for home warranty, which was crazy. So for us, it did take about 4 or 5 extra days for her on some missed appointments, getting someone back out there. And so we already were covering the water heater, but she did have some upgrades and modification costs that we actually covered for her. So it was a full, $1,800 job. She didn't have to pay a dime back. And those are the types of things that, home warranty companies can do is, especially if we're not doing our job and providing the great service, is, kind of save the day and help out in certain situations.
Great. That's good. I'm glad you had a happy customer at the end of the day, even though it was difficult to start with. For my audience, just some context, I've lived all over California, Bay Area, grew up near Sacramento, currently obviously in San Diego. For Home Warranty of America, are you San Diego County specific? Do you cover all of SoCal? Can you give our audience just kind of an insight of what area you do cover?
That's a great question.
Service?
So HWA is in all 50 states. We are not in outside countries, but we're in all 50 states. And so with me and my customers, the way we do it is a little bit different. So in our company, our agents are actually paid us as the account executives. And so essentially, Marty, if you sold a house in Maine, I would still be the account executive for that client. If that makes sense.
Nice. Well, we really appreciate your time. Anything else you would like to mention about home warranties? Where can people find you as far as contact info if they had any questions, or just any last words for, people out there that might need
Absolutely.
to know about you?
Number one is utilize your service rep. There's a lot of the time I do find most of the issues in home warranty are either miscommunication or lack of communication on the home warranty side. And so, if there's any little details, anything like that, you guys need to know. Reach out to your personal rep. That's what we're here for. That's our job. That's what we get paid for. We're not just here to take orders and say hello and buy, a thank you gift. We're here to help your guys' clients. So if you need answers, call your rep. If you guys have questions, you have claim trouble, call your rep. They can do a lot of things for you.
Great. Thank you so much for the advice and the insight. And we really appreciate your time.
Of course. Thanks for having me, guys. You have a good weekend. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Have a great weekend.